favorites. The entire process was a lot of fun. I hope it was a lot of fun for him as well. This gentleman was absolutely new to investing in the Dubai real estate market, and he was looking for the best ROI. Before he ever spoke to me and my team, he had already interviewed a lot of other advisors and agents. Having watched some of my YouTube videos, he ended up signing up on our VIP elite program, where we take people from start to finish for their investments. And then we started the process of doing the strategy development for him, and then implementing and finding the right properties. We found a very good investment property and a home. I wish him all the best. I believe it's about helping the client find the best properties, and we can invest in the client's future.
Good morning. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How is everybody on this Saturday morning? We're live. We're here to take your questions. Last time we were live from location, which was quite interesting. Had a lot of fun with most of you guys who attended. We asked questions. We talked about stuff. And we talked about stuff that was real estate related, right? Most of the time. Love to take questions that you guys would have. And love to ask you guys a few questions as well, because how do I see myself live? Okay, hey. Assalamu alaikum, Abdul Razak 1123. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How is everybody? Tell me, how can I help you? Okay, let's take some questions, okay? I have a question. Manoj Mahajan. Hi, Fahd. Hey, hello. Abdul Razak Bhai 1123. Assalamu alaikum, Dawood Bhai. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Tell me about yourself, Abdul Razak Bhai. What do you do? What do you do? Do you get do you do real estate? Are you an investor? Are you here just for the information? Are you here for another reason? Haris Naveed, welcome. Hope everybody's well. What to do after you do everything and share every possible info with client and they end up ghosting you? Allahu Akbar. Brother Haris, this is a good question and we can speak for hours and hours and hours. Tell me what happened. Okay, I can answer this question, Haris. Okay? But I need you to talk to me back, okay? Start giving me information, okay? I want to ask you a question, okay? If you're dealing with 1 or 2 or 3 clients and you're dependent on them making the sale, then obviously you need to get them to buy, right? Get them to purchase the unit, etc., 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 because you're dependent, right? But let me ask you a question. If you were dealing with 10 clients, 20 clients, may Allah bless you, and then 1 or 2 of them didn't buy, would you care? In fact, lol. In fact, if 1 or 2 of them, acha, you're an off-plan consultant, mashallah. Abdul Razak, when you say I'm an off-plan consultant, sounds like you're a doctor, right? Mashallah, may Allah bless you. Well, so I'm coming to you, brother Abdul Razak. The Haris says, Sabahat Iqbal says something. Bhai, yes, sure. Well, there was an Indian client, he's a doctor, wanted something in so-and-so developer, as there were some offers for doctors. Yeah, you know, Sarah Wasim 14, Assalamu alaikum, sister. Hope you're well. Yeah, man, I'm going to tell you guys something. Yeah, somebody asked me, and this is now a linked question, okay? I shared everything with him, spoke with over calls and shared everything that I could. Acha, first of all, the Haris 101, remember this. You're not the first person who's been ghosted by a client. Sales, go into hardcore sales training. This is my solution for you guys. You have to remember, but he ended up buying directly from developers. They do this, right? They came. I have a question over here. How do I justify my work Why, when investors have direct access to developer sales teams, etc., etc. Abdul Razak bhai, you're a big fan. Thank you very much. Jazakallah khair. It's like a dream to meet you. Bismillah. I hope to meet you as well. Acha, Haris, I'm going to address you. There's a Manoj Mahajan asking a similar question on YouTube. How do you generate quality leads for real estate? And brother Abdul Razak as well. As a fresher, how do you... Guys, become salespeople. ठीक है? Salespeople की क्या है? Basic skills क्या है? यार, you guys have to grow a very thick skin. उसने खरीदा आपसे तो खरीदा. नहीं खरीदा तो उसको कहें अल्लाह माक. यानी अल्लाह आपके साथ है. अल्लाह आपके लिए बेहतर करे. अस्सलाम वालेकुम रहमतुल्लाह. ठीक है? वो फिर वापस आएगा. किसी दिन आएगा वापस. The thing is, जो young salespeople हो ना आप लोग, you guys have not been in the industry long enough or in the sales environment long enough to internalize this. कि यार कुछ लोग खरीदें. Some people will buy from you. Some people will not buy from you. हाँ दुख होता है, दर्द होती है, लेकिन उस दुख और उस दर्द को ओवरकम करने के लिए क्या करना चाहिए? उसके हमारे लिए कौन बेहतर करेगा ब्रो? वही है जिसने आपको इस दुनिया में भेजा है. सबाहत इकबाल, मी टू, आई एम बिगेस्ट फैन. जज़ाकल्लाह खैर. सबाहत बिगवाल, इज इट सबाहत बिगवाल और सबाहत बिगवाल? भाई तेरे लिए वही बेहतर करेगा हैरिस जिसने तुझे इस दुनिया में भेजा है. अल्लाह है ना, ठीक है? 2 रकात नफल पढ़ो, हाजत के पढ़ो, कुरान पढ़ो, अल्लाह बेहतर करेगा. You know, don't get too you know what, I'll tell you something. देखें, there will be some people who always go buy from the developer, so on and so forth. You have to, 2 things. Ek to put your sales hat on. When you, Sabahat Iqbal, may Allah bless you. Okay, sister or brother, I don't know if this is a female name or a male name, but thank you very much for being a fan. First of all, sales is the game of numbers. You've got to contact 100 people. You will have 50 people reply. I want to mention that even brokers are too bad. Yeah, that's also true, right? They're also trying to get trained. They're trying to make a killing. Sister, okay, may Allah bless you. And they're trying to make money. They're trying to make income. They're trying to feed their family and themselves. And they're trying to go on holidays and vacations in some instances. But ye baat bhi sahi hai. She's saying that brokers are bad. Haris, apne andar bhi invest karna padega. So what am I trying to tell you? Yaar, try to become a better salesperson. A salesperson ki na ek thick skin hoti hai. You will learn that some people will ghost you, some people will not reply to you, some people will move on in life from you, some people will not talk to you. So we say next. We say next and we say Bismillah. Dukh to hota hai, dukh hoga, dard bhi hogi, lekin aapne pareshan nahi hona. What you're gonna say is, koi baat nahi, next person will buy from me. And then if you have a lot of people buying from you, a lot of people not just buying from you, a lot of people who are working with you, what's going to happen is you will have clients. Oh my God, yaar, ye to bahut zyada hai. I used to do, okay. Sabahat says, so I'm looking at Abdul Razak, your comment, and what should be the attitude of a fresher who's following Dubai real estate? By attitude of fresher should be very clear. Abdul Razak, dekhe meri baat sune. An attitude of a fresher should be very clear. Wake up in the morning very early. Your name tells me you're a Muslim, so pray Fajr on time. Reminder to you, me, all the Muslims. And then start your work. Start your work. Be organized. Dekhe, organization aa jayegi. You don't have to, as a Muslim, you're already disciplined to a certain extent and you're already organized to a large extent, right? So you don't have to worry too much. After Fajr, you start your work. All your meetings should be in the afternoon, in the evenings. So Abdul Razak, I'm going to give you a little bit of a life plan, okay? First of all, if you're a fresher, fix 3 things, okay? Number 1, fix your life. Stop all your negative friends, stop all your late nights, etc., etc. Number 2, stop sleeping late. Matlab, an agent should not sleep late, okay? Most agents who end up sleeping late, they end up not making too much money, okay? So this is a reminder to you and to me. Number 2, learn everything about Dubai real estate in terms of developers, projects. Learn and get knowledge, okay? And get that from people who know sometimes more than you. Number 3, try to understand the processes of how things work and what is sold to who, okay, and how, right? So the more you understand, the more experience you gain, the better it's going to become for you, okay? So sister says, I have seen many and they don't realize that we earned every money with hard work. Yeah, I understand, Sister Sabahat. You earned money. Are you talking about as an investor? So the brokers don't recognize that you've earned your money as an investor through hard work. Yeah, they don't recognize, because the brokers sometimes they don't have access to $1 million. They're dreaming about making $1 million, but they're not running on millions of dollars, and they don't recognize that other people might have worked hard. I have a certain different mentality on this, but I do recognize that if God has blessed you with more money, then you have deserved it. Allah has given it to you, and so you worked hard, you made the right things, Allah blessed you, and I agree with that. I don't disagree with that the people who have money should be respected, because they're the ones who are the clients. I agree. Haris says, also another question. Manoj, Mahajan, how do you generate quality leads for real estate? By thinking quality leads na. How you generate quality leads? You're asking a good question. The way you generate quality leads is to generate a lot of leads and then filter them out and then sift through them and see which ones are quality. And then go back and repeat the process and eliminate those things that get you low quality leads. And you keep rinsing, repeat, and you will get to a process that works for you. Now, if you tell me, like, give me one way that gives me high quality leads, I don't have that for you, right? Some people use online very good. Some people use the portals very good. They put a lot of money there. The first day you go to the portals, maybe you're not getting the best leads because your pricing's not right, your listing's not right, your picture's not right. So many things, right? And then you've got to work at it. You've got to keep going at it. You've got to keep going, and say, okay, I'll do better. And then you'll see the things will start getting better and better and better, right? By Allah's permission. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. Sabahat's sister says, not just made a sale and earned the commission and made easy money. We gave every second of life to earn halal, which they don't take into consideration. Yeah, that's true. I'm talking all this from my experience. The brokers then asked to refer similar people like you. I'm sorry, I don't feel like they should suffer. Yeah, that's tough. Yeah, I understand, sister. It's not about respect alone. It's about they don't realize they should get you best deals when you're a fresher and very new to the Dubai market. I'm talking based on how I was treated with a couple of... Yeah, this is unfortunate, okay? So this is true, and it is unfortunate, okay? We try to help people. We try to give them good advice, and it's a vicious cycle. Sorry about this, but it is a little bit of a vicious cycle because the brokers are only looking to people who are looking to buy today. They're not looking or willing to spend time with anybody who's going to be buying in 1 month or renting in 2 months. I've had people say, like, I've read this on Reddit, I think, where they said we were about to rent a property, and the broker said, when are you looking to move in? And they said, in a month's time. And he said, no, I'm not going to do the viewing for you. And this is quite interestingly ridiculous. Like, are you not even going to show a property 1 month before? Doesn't make sense, right? But obviously we understand. Even that broker doesn't understand what he's doing sometimes. We understand. So that's why you've got to work with sophisticated brokers, because look, it might take a month to move in, but we might close the transaction in 2 weeks, which is why when we call on behalf of our clients, we're going to tell them, like, look, they're ready to decide today. We are flexible on the start day. Bless you, Sister Sabahat. Yes, you're welcome to come and work with us. We will be happy to help you, work with you. Obviously, and now I'm going to give you a little bit of a twist, yeah? We also are selective with our clients. You got to remember this as well. We love to help everybody, and that's where the YouTube channel comes in, to help advise and give all that free. But when we start working with clients, we also qualify them to recognize they might not have to buy or rent today, but they have to be qualified to be serious about the process. And we might actually sometimes take a fee as well up front, because if people want that kind of help, then they should be looking to actually be committed to working with us. So we qualify people in that way. Yeah, just FYI as well. No, the easy escape is they don't take calls. No, I didn't miss your question. I'm coming back to your JVC question. Haris, bless you. 1 minute. Allahu Akbar. I am basically, so Haris saying also another, I'm basically secondary sales agent working in JVC, specifically with this developer. First landlord agrees on X price. Okay, that's good. Then what happened? Ali Asghar Hussain, Assalamu alaikum. So they agree on giving for listing too, but as soon as you get the same offer that matches the expectation, they become greedy and ask for more. For us, we did so hard to brought that client on table. Okay. इसमें भी ना, again Haris, आपको मैं एक बात बताता हूँ. आपको एक simple, I'm going to tell you a simple thing, okay? So guys, let's answer Haris's question, okay? Haris has a valid question. He's basically saying sometimes we have a listing, we work with the buyer, and we brought the buyer, and he changed the price then. Guys, when I start working with the buyer, we have a set of questions we ask. We call it the strategy consultation, and we want to know everything about the buyer to be able to help him better. One of the questions we ask is, how motivated on a scale of 1 to 10 are you to sell? I will. Abdul Razak, I remember your question as well. Okay, I'll write it down. So, अब देखें मेरी बात सुने. Haris, so Haris, think about this. Sabahat, I'm looking at your message. Just one moment. Haris, think about this. हम सिर्फ listing नहीं लेते. We don't just take the listing. We remember this. यार ये पता है basics है. Tell me if this is very boring information. Remember, you're selling a property, yes, but you're dealing with a human being who owns the property. Who's going to make the decision to sell the property? The owner, right? You're not a computer. He's not a computer and a bot. So at the end of the day, he's going to pull the trigger, right? So who do you want? So part of your job is to understand the property, price it well, market it well. All of that has to be very good. But don't forget, you have to deal with the owner as well. He's a human being. So part of the business is to learn how to deal with people, read people, not to like read people like intelligence kind of stuff, just read basic cues. You ask him, on a scale of 1 to 10, how motivated are you to sell this property? If he gives you a 6, if he says, I'm a motivated 8, what does this tell you? But yeah, this guy is very motivated. Then you ask him, why are you motivated 8? He will tell you, I've got a son going to university, I've got this, blah, 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 blah. So आपको ये reasons समझ आएंगे. You will understand these reasons why he's super motivated to sell this property. And if he tells you, yeah, I'm just window shopping, I just want to put it in the market. If I get this price, it's good for me. If I don't get this price, it's not good for me. Right? Yeah, okay. So see, this will come from experience, okay? They just say, some ex-agent gave me a higher price, why should I sell for low now? Okay, no problem. First of all, they can't. First of all, when you go into the listing, you should be asking for exclusivity and try to deal with all the other agents on their behalf. Number 2, I've had a friend of mine who had a similar situation, and he just challenged the owner back respectfully. He just said to him, okay, ask the agent, look, he just told him, I have a buyer with a check of 10% ready to sign the forms to get into the transaction and close it now. Right? Ask the other agent to give you the same price and give the same check right now. See, what's the other agent doing? The other agent is just trying to break your deal at the moment and just tell the other guy, oh, I can get you a better price. No problem. So just challenge him. Tell him, okay, I'll hold my buyer for a day. I'll hold my buyer for the day. Just try to get the other agent to bring you a deal. Especially that ex-agent, always that off-plan guy who sold this property to him a few years back and have no experience of secondary right, but आपकी deal खराब करते हैं. हाँ ना, तो ठीक है ना. अब आप मुझे देखें, अब हारिस, ये मसला पता है क्या है? let me ask you a question. How many of your secondary sales people have you had meetings with? Either in person on Zoom, either online on Zoom or in person? How many? So out of 10 clients, how many people do you physically meet face to face? Not just a phone call, either a Zoom meeting or a physical meeting. Answer this question. Not really. You have no relationship with the guy. Why the relationship build honi hai? One, maybe two. No, this is bad. This is wrong. If you say they're based internationally, you have to meet them on Zoom. They don't trust you. Of course, he trusts the other agent who he bought the property with because he spent more time with him. So the way you get him to trust you and your advice is you got to meet him and you got to get him to invest his time as well with you. And when you meet him, you've got to preempt this and you got to tell him, sir, देखें, बहुत सारे agents आते हैं. They will tell you, we can get you this price, this price, this price, that price, but they won't be able to get you this price. They will tell you this. They will tell you that. Now you preempt it. So then when you get the offer, आप कहेंगे, then you'll remind them, लेकिन आपको मैंने बताया था कि now you have an offer on the table which is genuine. Buyer चला गया, we'll sell him something else. Because you can obviously be in touch with other agents and sell him something else, right? So you're going to tell him, if the buyer goes, he's going to buy something else. Or I'll sell him something else. If you don't want to sell it. Okay, fine. Right, welcome Sunil. Fahd bhai, have a look at comment. So, samajh aayi, Haris, you can ask me a follow-up question, huh? Yes, you're right. May Allah bless you. So, we should offer to meet at some time over a cup of coffee or lunch, right? No. Cup of coffee chhod dein. Lunch bhi chhod dein. Have a professional meeting. Don't do lunch and coffees and stuff. Unless you're friends with the guy. Okay? As you build the relationship, then you have coffee. Yeah, people are so busy today, especially buyers, sellers. And a lot of people are busy online, right? There's too much stuff happening online, right? They want to watch Netflix. They want to do other things in their life, but they don't want to spend time with you. Coffee ke liye bulaoge na, it better be the best coffee in his life at Burj Khalifa or something. Why you want to spend time over a coffee? Go and meet him. Invite him to your office. Go and meet him at his office. Go and meet him at his house. Okay, if that's not suitable, then say नीचे मिलने. Oh, भाई मिलने का बहाना करने की जरूरत क्या है? This is the problem. You are a professional. You're going to sell his property for him. Isn't it in his benefit to meet you, to judge you? He's going to, if you're going to list his property, he's going to give you his passport copy, his title deed. हवा में दे रहे हैं. Like, isn't it in his interest to actually meet you? Right? Isn't it in, so it's to आपको बहाना क्या करना है? आपको simple कहना है. First meeting में, sir, I want to develop a strategy that matches your criteria, and I want to really see if we are a good fit to help each other. Right? If we are a good fit to help each other. If I can actually add value. उस meeting में चले coffee पे हो जाए. Doesn't matter क्योंकि meet कहीं तो मिलेंगे ना. But don't say I would like to invite you for a coffee. Say हम लोग meeting मिल रहे हैं. Meeting location can be Starbucks or whichever, ठीक है ना. So that is a different story. But आप उस meeting के अंदर उनको evaluate करेंगे और वो आपको evaluate करेंगे. They will evaluate you and you will evaluate them. Does that make sense? That is the most important thing. If they're evaluating you and you're evaluating them, that's where you're going to start building a relationship. Okay? So this brother, Abdul Razak, I have an example of a true event which happened with my colleague who had a good relationship with another agent, closed deal on behalf of him while he was sleeping back in his hometown. But naseeb hai, that's a good thing. I have an example of the true event which happened with my colleague who had a good relationship with another agent, closed deal on behalf of him while he was sleeping back in his hometown. Yeah, this is okay. It happens sometimes, and I tell you how it happens. देखिए हमारे साथ भी ऐसा होता है. मेरे जो mentor थे, long time ago, I'm talking 10 plus years ago, my mentor, he had to travel. He gave me the file and he said, go and close this. Did he give me anything as a reward, money, share and commission? At that time, no. But he had already given me tens and tens and tens of thousands of dirhams of advice, his mentorship, his leadership, and all of that. So that's perfectly fine. if you're doing some work on behalf of a friend and you're both agents, there's nothing wrong with telling each other that donuts for all. There's nothing wrong with telling each other like, look, we are agents. I'll close the deal for you, but you give me some share. तो वो देंगे आपको, कोई ऐसा मसला नहीं है. But talk to each other ना. So either the relationship between two agents can be a, I'll do it for you while you're on vacation and I don't pay you anything, and you'll do it for me while I'm on vacation and we don't pay each other anything. What I've generally done, okay, मैं आपको बता देता हूँ, what I've generally done, अगर if I've taken some agent's time and deal has closed, we pay them. Deal close होती है, so if you make 20,000, you give them 2,000, 3,000 dirhams, right? So why not? Because उन्होंने time लगाया. If the deal didn't close, I remember more than 10 years ago, I needed one of my brothers to translate in the meeting for me. I brought him in. He spent 2 to 4 hours. I took care of him 3,000 dirhams. 3,000 dirhams at that time. But the way we did it, he owed me 3,000 on another deal that I helped him with. I backed out so he could close it. So we just called it even and split, right? So we just said, okay, we're both happy, right? Does that make sense? Sabahat Iqbal says, yes, coffee and lunch not best way to meet as well. I prefer real Yeah, always go in with a desire to meet a professional meeting. Donuts for everybody, please. Yeah. And a professional desire to meet people so that they know and they're coming on time with a professional mindset. Guys, agents, you guys are not, you're professionals. So take yourselves as professionals, right? That's what you need to do. Take yourselves as professionals. And that's not the most important thing, but it is a very, very important thing for you guys. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Yee, well said. Yes, well said. I think that's where we're lacking. Thank you so much, dear, for your guidance. Really helpful. Yeah, you're welcome, Haris. Close the gap with your clients and get closer to them through meetings on Zoom or internationally. Okay? Abdul Razak, I'm coming back to your question. Fahd bhai, have a look at my comments. Okay, bless you. Do you have any openings in your company, Fahd bhai? It would be a great opportunity for me. Brother Abdul Razak, there is a link. WhatsApp that number. Ask them to put you through to me specifically, and we will give you a link to apply. I'll tell you something. Whether it would be a great opportunity for you to work with us or not, ye to Allah will help. But if you're working hard, you do the things right, as I told you, then things will work out for you. You won't have to worry about much. The main thing is to keep going. And here's the thing, guys. I'll tell you guys something. When I started training people, I started with a belief that I could transform, astaghfirullah, people into millionaires, okay? I believe that I can help you become a millionaire because if you follow my system, if you do Since then, I've actually given up. I've just I've thought about this, and because to be honest with you, there's a lot of real estate agents. Not everybody's making millions, right? That's fine. To be honest with you, what's really important is for you, pray to God, do the work, and ask and hope for the best results. But the main thing is to do the work, guys. Do the work. Do the work. Unfortunately, a lot of people are not doing the work. Okay? It's a very simple answer, right, Krishna? If somebody does 100 push-ups a day and eats healthy, will they be healthy or not? Yes? My team is sitting here. Let me ask. One person is shaking their head. Krishna, will they be healthy or not? If I did, pray to God, oh Allah, bless Mr. Fahd to do 100 push-ups a day and eat healthy. If I did that every day, I'll be super healthy. I don't have to go and say to you, oh, please help me out. Please show me the way. Bhai, बहुत simple hai. There is no, Kamran Khan, welcome. There is no complication. I don't find that that's very complicated, right? It's very simple. So, Abdul Razak, you had another question in there somewhere. May Allah bless you guys and give you like extreme levels of maturity, guys, because the moment you guys mature, take responsibility. Abdul Razak, send a message on the WhatsApp number. There's a WhatsApp number. Send a message. We'll send you a link to apply. Okay? I used to do 400 calls every day, Fahd bhai, but didn't close any deals. Teach me something, Fahd bhai. This 400 calls, there's a problem, Abdul Razak. 400 calls is too many calls. Like 400 calls pe to really it's too many calls. MashaAllah. Allah Mubarak. Like if you did 400 calls, I don't know what you're saying to them and why people are not responding to them. In 400 calls per day, you should be so busy. You should be so busy. You should be with 400 calls a day. You should be making like, I don't know, 200, 300, 500,000 dirhams a month. That's like really, I think you're either saying the wrong thing, you're making the wrong calls to the wrong people, you have the wrong list, there's some problem someplace. It's very difficult to make 400 calls and not do business. Okay, another question. Should I as an agent be giving the company 50% share on the property that I brought and on the property that I worked? The landlord to whom I dealt with, they just listed the unit. Yeah, 50% is the standard. What you guys don't understand is you have an option, right? So you can go and open your own company, all right? So then you can, I'll explain something to you guys. Most of guys who work as agents don't know this, but to manage a company, run a company, it's more than just a retail or a office space that provides you a desk. There's a lot of things that go behind the scenes, such as licensing, key people in admin, AML, anti-money laundering people, so on and so forth. Okay, where can I rent a studio with 2,000? There's one. I don't know, brother, but try one of the online portals and then filter and put 2,000 dirhams, and you will see if it actually makes sense to be able to do that. Right, 2,000 dirhams. To welcome real estate info, and what I would say is, yeah. So there's a lot of things that happen beyond that. There are some companies now they're coming up with, hey, just work with them. And there's like interesting models, like you pay $100 and you can take more, you pay less and you get, guys, honestly speaking, and I'll be honest with you guys. I've never met an agent who was successful, who was talking about how much money the commissions the company's making from them. Donuts for everybody. Thank you very much. I've never seen that, okay? I have never, ever seen that a successful agent was worried about how much money the others are going to make from them, okay? If you're doing very well, what's going to happen? Think about this, Haris. I mean, now think about this. May Allah bless you, okay? I'm gonna give you some hardcore advice, okay? Can I become a leasing broker with no driving license? Yes, you can. Just focus in one area and don't go out of it. Today, alhamdulillah, there are scooters. Wear the right protection and follow the rules the correct way, okay? So, I'm going to give you some advice, okay? May Allah bless you. Kya naam hai aapka? Haris. Ab Haris, meri baat sun. Salam, brother, straight path, walaikum assalam. How many deals are you closing? And at what level of deals are you closing? You're a young agent who's starting to learn the business, right? You should not be worried about, sorry, it's going to sound straight, and you're going to be like, yeah, come on, Fahd bhai, why? You shouldn't be worried about kisko 50% de raha hu, kisko 70% de raha hu, kisko 90% de raha hu, okay? You should not be worried about this. Don't worry about this. Apni deals close kare. If you closed 100,000 dirhams a month and you had to give 50% to the company, you would still have 50 in your pocket. First quarter of 2025 did good numbers and made around 250K net to. Okay, that's good. But then you're not a very fresh agent. If you've done those numbers, that's very good, alhamdulillah. Very, very good. Very, very, very good. Okay, so then you shouldn't be in a place. The questions sounded like they were, okay, actually maybe the questions were fair and just because you were at that stage where you've got a lot of landlords that you're working with. But look, when you're doing 250,000 dirhams, then you might ask the company to say, hey, can I have slabs, right? Can I say, Yes, exactly. Okay, got you, Haris. Can I have slabs? So if I cross 250, which means 500, if I cross 500,000 in 3 months, can I have 60%? You can ask them this. ठीक है ना? If I cross 600,000, can I get X number? So you can ask them for slabs, okay? ठीक है? So then they will do some calculations, and if it makes sense for them, they'll be like, yeah, no problem. Welcome, real estate info, right? So you would be able to ask them this, may Allah bless you, and say, I would like this because I'm doing better over here, right? And then at some stage, when you're confident, Horace, and you've got a good saving, then you can start your own company if you like, right? Because if you want to keep 100%, then take 100% of the risk and 100% of the headaches that come with it. Then you can also explore some of the other companies that are saying, hey, you can pay us $100, come and work with us, so on and so forth, right? See if those things also work with you. But at the end of the day, guys, listen, Sabahat, also you said something about the 400 calls. Yeah, man, 400 calls is too much. She said... quality matters. To be honest, 400 calls, I would say do half and get quality work done. I agree with this. What about the other people here? Real estate info, what do you say? How to deal when clients... the Harris 101, yeah, sure, no problem if that's how you feel. At the same time, look, this is something that doesn't go away. You've got to recognize that the company's got a lot of expense. 50-50 is the model that most of the companies work on. If you want to do more and take more risk, obviously you're going to have to start your own company one day, or go to one of those models where they're saying pay us a monthly fee, $1,000, $2,000, $100, $200, something like that, and you can take 90%. See if that works for you better. May Allah bless you. Yeah. I think those are risky models. I don't think that they've not generally worked in the Dubai market. I used to work with one international company that had that. I used to pay them 2,000 dirhams a month to work with them, but I learned a lot, which I applied later, alhamdulillah. So I'm happy, right? I used to pay 2,000 dirhams to work with them, but our slabs were 65%, yeah. Okay, so Haris, I understand your point. Try something else. If you've been here for 1 year, 2 years, you can try something else. A lot of times what you recognize is what you're getting is actually the best that you are going to get in the market, but then you have to go someplace else to recognize this, right? And look around you, talk to brokers, and you will see that almost every broker has changed. Like, the successful brokers have changed maximum 3 companies. The unsuccessful brokers might have changed 5 or 6 companies. But this is just my generalization. Okay, this is my generalization. It's not to be applied to everybody. But the reason they change is because they go somewhere trying to find something better, then they don't, then they change again, then they don't. And so then that cycle keeps going. How to deal when clients ghosts you after having really good conversation. What is your advice here, guys? So we were talking about this a lot. Real estate info 25. Guys, this is a good question. Straight path, I see a question on YouTube. I'm coming to it, okay? May Allah bless you. How to deal when clients ghost you after having really good conversation. Who cares? Next. Client hai na? Family member to nahi hai. Hasanullah Bukhari. Salam bhai. Walaikum salam rahmatullah. Right? How to deal with when client ghosts you after having really... Bro, if they ghost you, right? They don't want to talk to you. Just try to get more clients. One of the things that I always say, this is for everybody who's in real estate info, Haris, Naja Malik, Hovik Hazarian, Hafiz Sanaullah, Krishna Sabahat, Rise Realtor. Guys, look, if you guys are, bless you, in real estate, grow a thick skin and try to talk to as many clients as you possibly can, right? So think about this, Naja Malik. If you had 20 clients chasing you, or you were dealing with them, and you're closing, giving them value, advising them, helping them, out of 20, let's say 2 or 3 are closing every month, or 5, or whatever the case is, why would you even think about the client that ghosted you? Acha, there's 2 reasons as well when a client might ghost you, right? Something you did. Hassan Allah Bukhari says, move on, smile, right? So that's life's advice. Move on, yaar. आगे चलो. अभी क्या करेंगे? पीछे रो के देख के क्या करना है, right? जिसने आपके साथ नहीं चलना ना चले. जिसने आपके साथ नहीं क्लोज होना ना करे. अब इसमें देखें, there is a potential कि your advice is something that they don't like. Maybe, I don't say that they don't like you, but they don't like you as an agent, and that's perfectly fine. Maybe you rub them the wrong way. Maybe you're too salesy. Maybe you're too slow. Maybe you're giving them information that they are not appreciative. Maybe they've got somebody else giving them information that they like more. Okay, so on and so forth, right? That's one thing. So maybe there's the fault on your side. So work on yourself. Make yourself better for the next client. What about the other side? Maybe they have something going on in their life that you're not aware of. Maybe somebody in their life is getting married. Maybe somebody in their life is traveling. Maybe their kids are going to university. Maybe that money that was supposed to come for you is not available right now. So all of these things can happen on their side as well. So sometimes people ghost you just because they don't want to say hi to you. They don't want to talk to you. They're scared. Like, I think we're all a little bit guilty of that. हम भी करते हैं. हम तो family and friends के साथ भी कर देते हैं, right? We do this with family and friends as well sometimes. जिससे नहीं बात करनी उसको थोड़ा सा. Sometimes you don't respond, right, on time. What do you guys think? Okay? What's your advice, guys? If a client or a friend ghosts you, what should you do? Most of the people said move on, right? Real estate info, Hafiz, Krishna, Sabahat Ali, Sabahat Iqbal, Rise Realtor. What do you guys suggest? May Allah bless you. Okay. Straight Path says, if an investor wants 5% net rental yield and a 1 BHK apartment of 750, 5%, 1 BHK, 750 square feet, is rented for 500,000 dirhams per year with service charge of 14 per square foot. What should be the property's value? Okay, this is not a very difficult one to understand. It's 7. So total square feet is 750. Service charges will be 10,500. So you want 5% net yield. So at 900,000. Okay, so 50,000 minus 10,500. I'm just doing calculations, guys. Iram Khan, Saim, Assalamu alaikum, 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 Real Estate Info. How are you guys doing? So your net rent is 39,500, which divided by, let's say, 750,000. Yeah, about 700,000. 39,500 divided by 700,000. So Straight Path, 800,000 is also okay. Fahd Khan, how are you? Yeah, about 790,000. Okay, so your apartment should be 790,000 dirhams. If you're adding all fees, then bring it down to 750,000. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Okay, there's another question. If an investor wants a 5% net, so Straight Path, your first question is about 790,000 dirhams should be the apartment price, target price. If an investor wants a 5% net rental and 2 BHK apartment of 1,100 square feet rented for 72,000 per year, what should be the property? See, the property's value, it's service charges of 72,000 minus 14,200 divide by, yeah, if you're wanting 5%, you can actually do about even 900,000. Yeah, even 1.1 million maybe. Yeah, even about 1.15. So you can even go up to 1.15 straight path. If both properties are less than 5 years, but you won't get it at 1.15. Yeah, you will probably have to pay a little bit more for the 2 BHK. If both properties are 5-year old, if both properties are less than 5 years old or new handover. No, 5 years old and new handover is going to be completely different. Prices are going to be completely different. So if it's new handover, add 200,000 more. Okay, so the premium on a good quality new build is at least 200,000 more. Easy. Okay, so somebody says, I've got some investor question. I don't see questions coming in. If you guys have questions, please shoot them across. Real estate info, Janufo, Krishna, Sabahat, Rise Realtor. So straight path, I hope I was able to answer your question. Yeah. So let's take a few investor questions and then we will call it a good day for all of us. I'm planning my estate succession. Should I transfer properties to my children now or wait, considering UAE inheritance laws? I would talk to a consultant who's an expert at drafting wills and whether you should actually transfer your properties now, gift them now, or sell them now, or put them in the will. You talk to somebody of that nature who's a wills expert who would be able to give you very good advice. Okay. Another question. Let's take one question from agents and then we can call it Assalamu alaikum. When clients how should I approach investors who are considering international diversification beyond Dubai? I think you should be actually learning about international diversification and those markets yourself, right? There's a lot of people who go to London. London's a good market. People love London. People, for those people who are from London, have lived in London, are from London, so on and so forth, know that London's a strong market, even with the current corrections and all the things that are happening. London's strong, then people are targeting Spain, then Italy, so on and so forth. And London's been generally for the preservation of capital. Those who have any London experience can raise your hands. London's good to visit. London's good for fun. But at the same time, if you're thinking, okay, I want to invest, help investors invest, then you've got to go and invest your time and energy in those markets, right? You've got to learn about those markets and see how those markets are taking up, and then you can advise them better, right? So it looks like we don't have Londoners here. May Allah bless you guys all. Thank you very much for showing up to this live. The people who came early, the people who came later, the people who stayed. Jazakallahu khairan. I wish you all a very good day, and we call it Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
This is a very interesting client story. One of my favorites. The entire process was a lot of fun. I hope it was a lot of fun. This gentleman was absolutely new to investing in the Dubai real estate market, and he was looking for the best ROI. Before he ever spoke to me and my team, he had already interviewed a lot of other advisors and agents. Having watched some of my YouTube videos, he ended up signing up on our VIP elite program, where we take people from start to finish for their investments. And then we started the process of doing the strategy development for him, and then implementing and finding the right properties. We found a very good investment property and a home. I wish him all the best. I believe it's about helping the client find the best properties, and we can invest in the client's future.